Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Casual Antics. I'm Gabe,
I'm Kyle.
and today we are joined with our very special guest.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Welcome, Anna. Today we're going to be talking about Batman and also Elden Ring.
The silly little game that everyone's playing.
The silly little game that everyone's playing and nobody is winning.
Literally, when it first came out, I heard of people that were not only staying home and playing 24 hours, some people stayed home for 3 days after it came out.
Yeah,
I'm not naming names, but there's a guy that has already played 60 hours and has already beaten the game.
Name his name.
Michael Salvo.
Michael Salvo. We see you. We see you, Michael Salvo.
We know what's going on.
We know why you're not at school. Anyways, I just installed the other day out of peer pressure, and I gotta say, like, even though I'm just totally awful at it, I'm actually having a lot of fun during PE today. I watched a video on stats for the game, so I'm starting to get it together a little bit. I'm gonna go home and do like a casual like mobility samurai build now that I know what that means. Just doing a little farming here and there.
And I know that you don't have any real experience with the series itself.
No, yeah, I have zero experience with Dark Souls at all. So, like, I didn't even know this was like a thing. But now that I'm like knee deep in the Souls community, you guys are a little scary.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand.
Like, I hopped in the Discord the other day and 10 dudes were just screaming at me. They were like, "Dude, you have to get your strength stats up, dude. They're so low. You suck." I literally had been playing for like 20 minutes. I was still trying to figure out how to like roll.
Yeah, no, if you don't do like the exact stuff that they tell you, like you're just over with.
It's just game over.
It's just done. I had that experience with Dark Souls 1. My brother beat the game and he got me to play it. And he was literally screaming in my ear telling me, "You didn't get the sword, you didn't do this." And then there was like don't know this about Dark Souls. Early on there's this giant dragon that blocks you from going to a certain place.
Dude, that's a spoiler, dude.
No! Anyways,
how old is that game?
12 years.
Oh my god.
Basically, you can get one of the most powerful weapons in the game if you sit there on this bridge with over 1,000 arrows and spend 3 hours of your life hitting this guy's tail, doing 8 damage, and when it falls off, it gets the best weapon in the game. And
that's gaming.
He got upset at me when I didn't do that.
That's gaming.
He got super upset.
So you haven't installed yet, right?
I have not. I'm going to get it. Yes. I played every Souls game.
And then you can carry me. Because there is a co-op, which I learned about after the first 6 hours of playing.
I got you.
Yeah, I need a hard carry because I still really don't know what's going on.
Don't tell me any spoilers, but which boss are you on?
The first one? Dude, I found him on accident. Sorry. I found them on accident. That's a spoiler. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. For all you Souls fans out there who didn't know what gender the first boss was.
You should be like crying right now.
I should be crying and screaming. I should just quit podcasting forever.
Get out. The door's that way.
Dude, you Souls fans are insane. Anyways, I'm definitely going to need the carry because I took one step into the first boss's area and he one-tapped me. It wasn't even a competition.
A little story before we allow Anna to speak.
Yeah.
When I first was playing Dark Souls, there's this famously hard boss. It's 2 of them called Ornstein and Smaug.
Like from The Hobbit?
Shut up. Get out.
Did they copy?
Basically, they're 2 like big boys that are golden. And one is fast, one is slow, but hard hitting. That's how it is.
All right.
I spent 6 months trying to beat them.
Like every day?
I tried every day when I got home. It was like middle school.
Did that break you?
Like emotionally? Yeah.
Like, I feel like that might explain a thing or two about you today.
There's a lot of things that explain, honestly.
Dark Souls rage.
Well, it might also be because my brother would like be listening to lore videos when I was like 11, and I'd just be sitting in the room hearing like in a room over being like, "So that's why they're children and their parents and everyone died around them and everything was tad and nothing good happened ever."
I wish I hadn't installed Elden Ring. As much fun as I'm having, if you guys enjoy Souls games, then like I'm really sorry.
To finish up the game, that story, I was almost about to beat them, but then out of nowhere, I clipped into a pillar and I couldn't move, and then I died. And I literally grabbed my PS3 controller, took my foot in it, and broke it in half. And then when my parents got home, I was like, the dog hit it. Yeah, the dog hit it somewhere, and it like went far. And
yeah. To conclude this Elden Ring discussion, if you're a fan of
bashing your head against a wall,
being trapped in a vortex of eternal rage, then Elden Ring is perfect for you. You should install. It's $60. You'll just be paying for one of the worst experiences of your life, but apparently it's one of the best at some point. So
Speaking of a eternal vortex of anger and sadness, Batman. Am I right?
We all saw Batman this weekend. What did you think about it, Anna?
I thought it was very interesting and exciting. I've never watched any DC movies before, so it was really fun to watch Batman and kind of understand the plot and the story of it. And I really like the actors; they're really good, and the music was also really good too.
You've never seen The Dark Knight?
No, I don't watch movies.
Yeah, I actually gave Anna a list of movies to watch because she hasn't seen Dark Knight. She hasn't seen Star Wars. You haven't seen Star Wars?
Not even not the original trilogy.
No, I haven't watched anything.
She doesn't watch movies.
I haven't watched High School Musical.
Do you like
either.
read books?
Well, that's fine. You can miss that.
I don't read.
What? What do you do in your free time?
WAPO.
WAPO. I sleep. I eat. I
Sleeping
thrive.
and eating is good.
Yeah, that's
Eat,
like the
sleep,
bare
play.
minimum.
I thought Batman was good, but I didn't think it lived up to The Dark Knight. I feel like there were a lot of things that were very similar. Spoilers ahead, by the way. So if you have not seen the movie yet and you care very deeply about the nuances of it, you should go ahead and just pause it, go watch the movie, and then come back. But I didn't think it lived up to Heath Ledger Joker at all.
100%.
I thought the Riddler was like a cool character, but when he took off his mask and he was like a Reddit mod, what is that? Like, what? I expected him to be like scarred, deformed, and like broken. I don't know.
I didn't really expect that, but what I didn't expect was when again, spoilers, that clip where they show like him talking to his followers,
Yeah.
where he's like, "Hey guys, 6 for 500 followers, how's it going?"
It was like Twitch. It's the kind of thing where like an old person is writing the script and it's obvious, you know what I mean? He's like, "Welcome back, my followers." It's like, what is that? Like, that's not dialogue that's like reflective of any realistic social media. And not to say that Batman, is realistic.
I can't believe that this bat movie about a man dressing up as a bat and fighting crime is
Kyle.
unrealistic.
Screw you, dude.
What got me throughout the movie was that there's all these like really cool scenes. I like those a lot, but these scenes kept getting like ruined by like the very next portion of it. Example: Batman crashes Penguin's car, walking from the flames because he thought he got him.
He literally walks through fire.
Yeah, and it's like, that's so cool.
That's so sick.
They added in a scene where he gets on his hands and knees like a child, picking up their toys, and then grabs him like it's gonna grab him out. Like, just stop it there. You don't
like on all fours.
like it's about to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Another scene of this was and honestly, I get what they're going for realism, but it kind of goes along with this. Escape from the GCPD.
Oh yeah.
Where first they have him running away. They show a scene of him like booking it through the hallway, and it looked like a guy at a Comic-Con.
Seriously.
And then as he's jumping off, and he's like the wingsuit, he flies into a bridge and then crashes on the ground. And I'm like, Batman, what's going on?
No, it's definitely a curious like juxtaposition between my perspective as like a hardcore Dark Knight stan versus like Anna's
non-existent.
This is like your third movie ever.
Yeah.
I'm a big comics guy too, so it was interesting to see how they did the Riddler with this. Going into it, I wasn't too hyped up on him being a serial killer because that's not really what he is in the comics.
Right. Yeah.
I liked the portrayal here. I like what they're doing with it.
It was freaky.
But I kind of wish they still kept in some of the original camp from it, I guess, because that would have been a little bit more jarring and a little more creepy.
Like, fill me in.
So in the comics, his whole thing is that he wants to, he thinks he's smarter than everyone else. So
right, yeah.
Legitimate. So not only does he leave like these little clues there, but he leaves like bigger, like the whole plan. He leaves that everywhere, I guess. Like his whole plan, his clues are everywhere that anyone could really find out.
Right.
But the reason Batman, finds it out is because he's the only one that can really understand it.
Right. Yeah.
In the comics, especially, he's not really like a serial killer that goes around killing people. He has a bigger thing for it than that. Particularly instead of just like killing the wealthy because they didn't like him or give him a ham sandwich or something. I don't exactly remember. But it's like he wants to increase the intelligence to get rid of the people that are holding others down.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, because that's where he was in his life. He was just like a normal guy who was smarter than everyone else, but yet he kept getting like the worst jobs, everything, and no one would see this intelligence.
Huh.
So he wants to give a leg up to the people that are smarter than others.
Interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. My only previous experience with the Riddler was Lego Batman. That was my jam when I was like 8 years old. That and Lego Star Wars. Those are like the games that I grew up on. But like in Lego Batman, he just has like a little like question mark staff.
Yeah, and he can mind control people.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It wasn't like that in the movie at all. And that's what I mean about the difference between him and like Heath Ledger, who's like also a serial killer, the Joker from The Dark Knight, is like, if that wasn't Riddler's jam, like in the comics, then them making him like that in the movie just kind of seems like either a callback or just like, I don't know, they're trying to like do better almost, it seems like. And I wasn't rocking with that too much. And they didn't do better. It wasn't even close. Like, I thought the design of the character was cool. And I thought the interaction between him and Batman, where they're like screaming at each other and stuff at the end, was pretty decent. But I don't think he lived up to the hype of like Heath Ledger Batman.
Yeah, obviously I haven't read all the comics. People change it over time. But the portrayals I like of Riddler are the ones where he works alone, not because, you know, he can't convince other people to do it. It's because he thinks he's the only one that can do the job.
Right, yeah, he's like a genius. Yeah, I guess there was a similar vibe like that in the movie. I don't know, in Catwoman, that was fire. Like,
she has a really good personality.
She had an awesome personality that I really enjoyed throughout the movie. Her character design was flawless. I thought like her mask was a little weird because it didn't really cover her face at all. You still kind of knew who she was, so she was basically just wearing like Twitch streamer cat ears.
I don't mind.
Yeah, no, more power to him. Whoever made that movie, I can't remember.
I think that overall I like the costume design and the set design of stuff, like the Batmobile.
Batmobile was sick.
So
just
cool.
About to say that. Well, and the way he like revs it up and there's like the blue flame coming out of the back was, I think it was cooler than Dark Knight trilogy Batmobile, to be honest.
I know they're going for realism or whatever, but I don't know. I thought it was a little silly too. He was like on the ground, he was shot, looked like he was hurt, but they could clearly see him if he ran away. But they were surprised that he wasn't there.
Yeah,
that was like a little weird to me.
Well, and he popped like that little octane syringe from Apex Legends towards the end, and I was like, "What is in there? Where can I get?"
I can explain that. That's Venom.
Oh,
that's the stuff that. Do you know the character Bane? Either of you?
No.
Oh yeah, obviously.
So
He's
Bane.
Like, I'm Bane.
Yes, he is a character who is hyped up on like super steroids.
Is that what's in his mask?
Yeah, that's what he like feeds into at all times. So that's what he was using. People think at least the early form of Venom.
Right.
And then they're going to use that to introduce Bane, because what they're doing with this is that this is the opening to a whole new Batman cinematic universe. I am actually not kidding.
It's a trilogy, right?
He's written that, a few TV shows, stuff like that.
Oh, I don't want TV shows, dude.
The show's about James Gordon.
Really?
Yeah, actually, I don't actually mind that.
I
like
know
Gordon.
This is an unpopular opinion, but I actually like. I don't like the idea of mixing cinematic universes with like little mini series. I think Star Wars did an acceptable job of it with The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett season 1 or The Mandalorian season 3, depending on what you cared about. But like Marvel, like I didn't enjoy Hawkeye. I didn't enjoy Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I enjoyed the last 20 minutes of WandaVision, but I watched all of that because I'm into Marvel, and I was like just super disappointed, honestly. So, I mean, I guess if they can do it well, then more power to them. But if they can't, then like, come on, just like keep making movies, because movies is what people. I'm not gonna say people. I'm gonna say that's what I enjoy.
I totally agree, and I feel like we should have Anna say something after this.
Yeah, dude. For those who, well, I guess
don't
no
remember.
One's aware. We basically just dragged Anna in here. We were like, man, we really need a guest, so.
Hi.
Yeah, she's currently handcuffed to the radiator.
Anna G, everybody. Anna, you want to tell us what you do? What's your thing?
What's my thing?
Yeah, you do yearbook, right? What's that like?
Oh, yearbook is it's definitely exciting. I got looped into it my sophomore year because the editor-in-chief at that time basically said that there would be no yearbook if I didn't join, and she was absolutely correct about that.
Did they also handcuff you to the radiator?
I sure hope not.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And she's like the keystone of yearbook now. You go away and it all just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
What are they going to do next year?
Well, we have a really good set of juniors who I think we will do a really good job of really doing a good job with the yearbook. But it's definitely going to be a big learning curve since a lot of them haven't really had the experience with like the software that we use and really knowing all like the special little nuances of yearbook, like coverage, like photos, and how we want like the overall theme of the book to display. So I think it'll definitely be a tough obstacle, but nothing they can't get over.
I have a big question about your book, and if you think you can't answer on this podcast, you don't have to. But what's been like the worst response to one of your questions you guys have gotten so far?
Ooh, I'm not going to say his name, but it was a basketball player, and it was for the boys basketball page, which has been combined with the girls basketball page.
This is shocking.
I'm
shocked.
Basketball player saying something stupid, never would have guessed.
Never
but
in a million years.
I'm not quite sure what the question was, but it's definitely obviously related to basketball, and this specific boy responded with 3 words: ball is life.
That's an awesome response. What?
Unfortunately, it did not really fill the space of the book, so there's a lot of black space on that page, unfortunately.
You could just make it really big.
Yeah, just like size 220.
That's kind of sick, actually.
Used to cover up his face in the yearbook.
We should. But that was a very interesting quote, and when people give us short quotes like that, they're either really funny or they are just...
They fall flat.
They fall very flat.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Some people are just not meant to be interviewed. Like, I've interviewed people who just, like, answer, like, my open-ended interview questions with, like, yeah. Like, what? You want me to write yeah in the newspaper? I can't do that. I can't write yeah, and I guess I could, but doesn't mean I want
I remember
to.
I had someone I interviewed saying that they wanted me to touch up their quote to make it sound better. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that.
Just a little libel here and there. Just sprinkle it in.
Make me sound smarter.
Yeah, just make me sound intelligent and attractive.
We can do the intelligent part, not too much about the attractive.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, newspaper and yearbook is definitely a different animal. A lot of people don't I didn't realize, because I just got roped into it this year, but I had no idea that this, like, little cult in the corner existed, but it's a lot of fun, like, once you get into it. Some people never get into it, though. Mm-hmm. Some people are just handcuffed to the radiator, unfortunately.
I think you just gotta make it your own. That's what's important about it, too.
Yeah, that's facts. Like making a podcast.
Never would. No, that's dumb. Don't do that.
Don't make a podcast, guys.
Don't intrude on our ground. It's ours.
The podcast ground is ours. If any of you make a podcast, I will sabotage it.
You will find the car key saying no more podcasts.
Oh my god. Yeah, anyways, back to Batman. A couple of us had some interesting theater experiences. Kyle, you can go first if you want.
Yeah, well, I know that your two are because of other people around you. Mine was of my own making. So as I was walking into Batman, I saw in the corner that there was a machine. And I walk over there and I see it's a Jawbreaker machine. So I check my wallet. There's 4 quarters.
4 quarters, baby.
So I bought it, and it was about the circumference. It's like 2 times the size of a golf ball, like just enough that you can't fit it in your mouth.
Sick.
So it's this big yellow thing that I'm just like throwing around, and for a while, some people thought I was actually like trying to eat a rubber ball I found on the ground,
like a dog.
Kind of like that, yes. But then as the movie started, I was like, this is my snack for it. So I started licking.
Gotta get that caloric intake.
And I just kept licking throughout the entire thing. And I know this sounds bad, but I just didn't stop.
What's bad about that, Kyle?
Well, the bad part...
This is a school-sponsored podcast. What's wrong with that?
Care to explain?
Yeah, care to explain? What do you mean by that?
What do I mean about licking being bad? It's because
could be considered unsanitary, right?
COVID.
No.
Yeah, COVID. That's right.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right, you just keep on going.
Yeah, so I just kept licking, and after 3 hours, I was done with this 2 times the size golf ball thing. And first off, the bad news about that is that messes up your mouth, that amount of sugar. So as we speak, my mouth is in great pain. I have like ulcers.
You have like 4 canker sores in your mouth?
I have canker sore here. I have my You ever like eat too much sugar in your mouth in your tongue, like the taste buds are like over too sensitive?
I'm
you know
big
what I'm
into
talking
salt and vinegar chips, so I actually know what you're talking about,
about?
right?
Yeah, like every single time they touch a single thing, I am in great pain, and like my life is just not enjoyable at this current moment.
That sucks, man.
Last night I went home.
It's kind of your fault.
Yeah,
though.
100%. I don't regret it for a second. I go home and I eat a sandwich, and that hurts. It's what I've been eating for the last 2 days.
You on a liquid diet?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is good, though.
I have been.
What
Breakfast.
kind? What kind?
Lunch, Kraft.
You ever had Velveeta?
I have.
Okay.
My dad refused to get it for me though.
Kraft is just a little bit better than Velveeta. Just like a little tiny itty bitty.
I don't know. Velveeta has a certain aftertaste that I think is.
It's more bougie. It's more deluxe. It's reserved for special occasions.
And that's why my dad doesn't get it for me.
Yeah, like football games. I feel like if you just have like a really large bowl of.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's tasty.
That's exactly how it sounds like when I eat it. How'd you know about that?
Dude. Well, my Batman story, and Anna and I went together. My Batman story, because we were just surrounded by goofballs, I guess. My Batman story is that the dude next to me, he was a big guy. I don't know. I couldn't really tell if he was like a big lifter or if he was just on that calorie surplus. But he was spread all over me for the whole movie. Like his leg was like in my zone, and like I had my phone on my armrest. My armrest, the one to the right of you, is your armrest, right? He keeps knocking it on the ground, and he doesn't even apologize. So eventually, I'm like scrunched up in a little Gabe Curtis ball, holding my phone, watching the movie, like just compressed because the man next to me just will not stop, like spreading on me. I don't know. I feel like we should have gone to one of those theaters with the recliners because
that's where I went.
Well, we tried to get tickets to one of those, but the only showing we could have gone to, the only seats were on like the far right side in like a single row. So either I'm staring at the back of Anna Cheesehead or Anna Cheese staring at the back of my head.
Both which are not favorable.
Yeah, and then Anna on the other side of us had a goofball too.
Yeah, so I had a couple sitting next to me who were both vaping at the same time, and I would try to time the spaces where they would vape, and I would eat my candy so my mask would be on when they blew out the smoke in my face.
Vape is life, bro.
Yeah, and then the woman who was sitting like next to me kept knocking my stuff over as well.
I saw that. Like every 10 minutes, something would like fall on the floor.
And she would also steal the entire armrest, and I basically was like squeezed into a corner of my seat as well.
Yeah, no, that was not a good time.
We had a nice little Anna ball and a nice little Gabe ball.
Yeah, we were just kind of like compressed in this little nucleus.
Maybe it's just because I ate that nice big jawbreaker, but I'm imagining you both as big jawbreakers right now, sitting in those seats. That's just letting you know that. That's
kind of comforting.
Do you want to take that back?
You can take that back for her, but you don't have to take it back for me if you don't want to.
I'm gonna roll that back on I'm gonna roll that back and say that you guys, that doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like a bad experience.
No, I actually did have a good time regardless of the man-spreading gentleman and the nicotine addiction. Kyle, remember on episode 1 when we talked about our best friend Gary V?
No.
You don't remember that? It was like a week ago.
I have like the memory of a goldfish.
Well, we talked about Gary V about a week ago. And a friend was telling me the other day, and I wasn't aware of this because I have like cursory Gary V knowledge. I feel like I could be a little more well versed if I had the time. Too busy playing Elden Ring. But the other day someone told me that Gary V doesn't chew gum because it's too inefficient.
Bro.
I think we need to just take Gary V off the internet. I think he's done. No more V friends. No more Ethereum. No more Gary V.
I think we should also take the real guy, the one that the Wolf of Wall Street is based off of.
I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
How do you have a TikTok career after literally scamming working class people out of millions of dollars? And then he flexes the money.
I guess that's what happens when they have a best-selling movie about you.
And people in the comments are like, dude, you're my favorite. I love you so much, dude.
You know what he said? The thing that like really got me angry. He said that his son went to his like first day of work or whatever, and he came back home and played video games. He came and was like, "Son, successful people don't play video games. Successful people only are on the grind all day long." And I'm just there like,
What is your grind? Please let us know what your grind is.
I watched the movie that's about your life.
You'll never say what his grind was.
I know exactly what you do in your free time. Are you telling me your son should be doing those sorts of things?
Well, he can't do that anymore.
Exactly.
So now his grind is talking about it or bragging with the money that he has.
Talking about the grind, yeah.
Dude, like, what is the grind? Like, everybody wants to talk about, like, how they're on the grind and how you need to be on the grind, but what is the grind?
Anna, are you on the grind right now?
Are you on the grind, Anna?
I do not believe so.
Cap.
No, I'm not on the grind.
You're not on the grind.
Not on the grind.
You're not on the grind. Are you on the grind, Kyle?
Absolutely.
I'm not on the grind.
Are you on the grind?
I just said I wasn't on the grind.
I am grinding all day, all night.
What are you grinding? Don't look at me like that.
I'm grinding all sorts of things. I'm grinding work,
Right.
homework,
Right.
sleep,
Right.
breathing,
Right.
eating,
Are you scamming working class people out of their hard-earned dinero?
all the time. Except they're like not working class people and they're kids on video games.
Kids on Roblox.
Yeah, exactly. I just love doing that. For the record, that's a joke.
That's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I have never once been on a multiplayer game and have scammed little children out of their money.
Your Honor, I was kidding.
Your Honor, you have to admit it was pretty funny.
Your Honor, can you let this one slide?
Your Honor, can we strike that from the record? Sorry, that's
That
evidence.
didn't make me look very good, Your Honor.
Can you type that up so it makes me sound smarter?
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's all we've got for today.
Yeah, I think we just got everything out of our brains.
Yeah, there was no plan for this episode, so I think it went well, all things
I
considered.
hope you enjoy that word vomit.
Yeah, it was like a 20-minute collage of like randomly spliced words.
We're losing it, dude.
We're losing it.
Losing our minds.
Anna Chi, yearbook editor-in-chief and WAPO superstar, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You've been a wonderful guest. You've gave great insight.
Especially since we literally just dragged you in here like 30 minutes ago.
Do you have the keys to those handcuffs?
I might have thrown it in the garbage, so.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Hope you enjoy being here forever. Anyways, that's it from us. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.